There are a ton of videos out there to teach you, hopefully, how to be a successful YouTuber. This is not one of them. I am not a successful YouTuber. I am a new YouTuber. I have nothing to tell you about what you should do to be a successful YouTuber. I can tell you how it feels, though. And so I'm trying to do something unscripted, just speaking extempore to you, the audience that I am trying to build, really the community I'm trying to burgeon here. Can you say burgeon? I mean, it's usually used as a gerund, right? Burgeoning. Should I have that in my hook? Probably not. I'm not starting over. At least I'm looking into the camera this time. I would kill to get my hands on a teleprompter. I'm working on it. So, first of all, let me thank the folks who have been part of this from early on. You guys have been great. I did my first viewer request the other day. I kind of screwed it up, but I thought it's worth putting up there anyway because I think the process is valuable. There's a certain kind of person who is an early adopter. That's not me, actually. I'm terrible. If I click on a YouTube video and I'm not impressed in the first 3 seconds, I try and click off quickly, like maybe hoping my view doesn't count. Not necessarily doesn't count, but that it won't. I'm gonna stop doing that so much because I'm having problems with view duration, in part because the technology I'm using sucks. So again, this is a video about what it feels like to be a new YouTuber, and it's mixed, decidedly. I'll talk about some of the elements that I'm doing, the most obvious of which is I get dressed up. Now, here's one of my issues with YouTube in general. The black t-shirt look, or just the kind of t-shirt look in general, like, oh, I just woke up from a nap and I thought I'd do a little podcasting, when really they've been preparing this for hours or days or weeks, or who knows exactly. But the black t-shirt has become this sort of signal of authenticity. I'm just a guy in a black t-shirt and $500,000 worth of equipment and a crew of 18 to do YouTube channels. But all I have is this t-shirt. It's not laundry day yet. It's become so ubiquitous. To me, it's a sign of inauthenticity. Now, as for me, I genuinely enjoy dressing up, and I don't get many opportunities to do it. Like the retail job, no, not so much. Generally, life it has not provided me many opportunities before YouTube to wear an ascot, and I'm liking it. Okay, I'm not going back. So it is me trying to do something a little different. Will it work? I don't know. People may actually, I think this is the most authentic thing I can wear. I've always had kind of a collector's urge. Like for a while, I went through a Pez dispenser phase, by which I mean I went through a Pez dispenser phase in my late 40s. And I've got quite a few. One collectible one truly collectible one. Although I took it out of the packaging, so I kind of ruined its value. It's Boba Fett. A friend of mine got it for my birthday. It's really cool. Um, so it's a mixed bag. You're trying new things. You want to be genuine. You want to reach out to people and have an impact and think that the things I am saying are going out there into the ether and somehow making the world a better place. That's why I study psychology. I'm going to get in a future video, I'm going to get more into my own personal background. Um, but so far I've been lucky. I haven't had any trolls yet. I think that's lucky because even trolls count as engagement, and maybe that would help. I don't know. I'm doing a little bit of promoting, not much. I don't have the money to do like promoting every video. So just the big ones. I'm sort of trying to add a little accelerant to the more of the tinder in the fire. Um, Nate Black is going to show up any minute now and just burn my stuff to the ground. So, but I did try and think of his technique of working with kindling and then tinder and then logs. I think I'm getting that right. He's not a bad guy to watch. At least I'm going to say that now until he inevitably roasts me for something. So there's a bit of a nerve-wracking element to it all. You are putting yourself out there. You're creating things. You care about what you create. And if you're doing it for genuine reasons of, not just I want to be an influencer to be famous or support my fragile ego, all of which are totally legitimate reasons for doing it. But I'm trying to get, I have a message. I'm trying to get it out there. Well, then things like what's happened to me this last week can happen, which is a video that personally I am proudest of. I really thought I did a really good job writing it. Got 10 views in the first few hours when it came on, and then it's just been there. It's like it's nailed there. I'm hesitant to actually tell you which one it is, just in case other people are gonna, pick that and go, "You're terrible. God, you're stupid. What happened to your tooth? Why are you wearing an ascot?" I'm actually not wearing an ascot in that one. I'm wearing a tie. I still, it takes time to build. Oh, I was gonna grab the ascot. I just got a new ascot for the Christmas special. There's also, speaking of the new ascot for the Christmas special, there's some expenses involved in this, which, I mean, look, I am working 2 jobs, studying for a PhD, and essentially, even with possible monetization light years away, it really feels like starting a new business at this point, regardless of its eventual success. I mean, most new businesses fail too, just like most new YouTube channels, and this channel may fail. But I thought I would record this early on just to kind of express what it feels like. Like if you're a new creator and you're out there, maybe I'm watching more new channels lately, in part because YouTube is recommending them to me. I may be a little kinder about it than I used to be now that I'm not entirely new to making videos. I have failed at YouTube multiple times, and I've been trying to take it a little more seriously this time. I'm scripting things, which is why my eyes are always down here, and I look like a half-lidded drunk. I'm not half-lidded in real life. So it's tough. You have hopes. You want to reach people. I've had some very kind comments from folks. Only one of whom is my therapist. I'm not going to tell you who. I'm just not going to tell you. So if you're doing this, let me talk about the positive things that are resulting from this without going on too much longer. In working on my PhD, I am more and more asked to focus down and drill down on topics, and I'm doing that. But also, this became an opportunity for me to talk more about some of the general theories in psychology, which are genuinely interesting to me. And I think psychology, even though I am not studying to become a therapist, I have no plans to be a therapist. I would be a terrible therapist. If I am your therapist, we're both in trouble. But I genuinely think psychology should exist to help people. And also, I watched one video about picking an enemy, and sort of I feel like my enemy is the tyranny of the dull mind, and that we should be intellectually engaged in life, even though in the video that's not doing very well, I talk about information overload syndrome and how deleterious that can be to our health. But one of the protections against that is if you think about it. If you're mindful and you know, erudite about things, it can make the world a lot easier to deal with. So here I am. It's almost exactly 3 weeks since I posted my first video for this channel. I'm about to rename the channel because that name I picked is awful. I'm sure there are a million other mistakes I'm making. I'm realizing that every day, every time I make a video, I can be hypercritical about it, but I also can try and pick the things that I like. So if you're here, if you're following me, subscribed, I am deeply grateful. I'm going to try and do more viewer requests. So leave me a viewer request. I'm going to start requesting requests soon. I'm going to be like a cover band, I guess, psychology cover band. In any case, you're not alone if you're struggling to do this. And at week 3, I'm also going for this muzzle velocity technique, which I am a little hesitant to use that term, but it's kind of worked pretty well for those guys, right? So thanks so much. If you're a new creator as well, all I can say is I totally feel you. It's it's it is what it is. Take the good with the bad and pay more attention to the good, I think is the only piece of advice I can really give anybody. So thanks so much, and as always, take care of yourself.